pulled it off.
Pulled off what?
You somehow got Aaron Rodgers on the Pro Bowl team and my guy off the team. It's all because of you. Way to go.
Skip,
you got clout. You got you're an influencer.
I'm one of Dak's biggest supporters.
Yeah. Athletic.
Is there more to that? Okay. Can't even keep a straight face. We have a big Wednesday show for you today. Did Doc Rivers take a shot at LeBron last night? And is the rest of the NFL starting to think Tom Brady is in decline? He also might be responsible for that one. But first, we're going to start with Skip's Cowboys. Pro Bowl rosters were announced last night. And while Dallas had 4 players from its league-leading offense make the cut, Dak Prescott wasn't one of them. The NFC went with Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and Aaron Rodgers at quarterback instead. The Rodgers over Dak pick definitely raised some eyebrows, considering Prescott has more touchdowns and passing yards than Aaron, as well as a better completion percentage. So, Shannon, did Rodgers deserve to make it over Dak?
Is this a trick question?
No.
Oh, Skip, really?
Yeah, it's a trick question.
That's not a trick question. You need to stop. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for even broaching this subject. You know good and well Dak Prescott did not deserve to be on the Pro Bowl roster.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, you always like to do, I mean, normally I would let this go last, but since you like to do this, I'm going to do what you do.
Okay.
You always tell me if the guy beats the guy head to head, he's better. My guy beats your guy head to head because that's what he does with Tom Brady. Anytime Tom Brady wins a game, Jenny, it's Tom Brady's the best. So let's look at,
let's say if he outplayed him head to head.
Did my guy outplay your guy head to head?
Prescott has outplayed Jared Goff 4 times. He's outplayed Aaron Rodgers a number of times.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers' team is 11-3. That's tied for best record in the NFC. People, I don't know if people know this. Aaron Rodgers has 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Packers' running game is 17th. No Devontae for a month. He's throwing to Kumaro, Allison, and Lazard. All are undrafted free agents.
Wait, how about Aaron Jones? He's throwing a lot to him.
Hold on. Aaron Jones, the Packers' running game is 17th. Now, there's only 32 teams, so that's slightly below, if I'm not mistaken, that's slightly below average. The Dallas Cowboys
throwing it to...
Whoa. Skip, you're interrupting me. Judge, can you please ask? Thank you.
Continue.
Thank you. Now, let's look at old Dak Prescott, old Dakota Rain Prescott.
Yeah, he reigns, R-E-I-G-N.
Rain.
Dak Prescott team is 7-7. Aaron Rodgers 11-3. Dak Prescott is 1-5 against teams with winning records. In those games, he's thrown 9 touchdowns with 7 interceptions. Do you know this? I don't know if people knew this at home, Jenny. You probably didn't know this. Dak Prescott has thrown more interceptions than Mitchell Trubisky. Anybody that's got something more than Mitchell Trubisky should, in a negative way, should not be nowhere near the Pro Bowl.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's not your turn just yet. But I told you, Skip, you should take great solace in this. You got the 5th best brother in the NFL. There's only 8 of them.
That's clever.
Skip.
Now you're having to resort to the brother.
No, you got the 5th one.
Yeah.
Because the other 4 made the Pro Bowl. So he's better than Jameis. He's better than Kyler. He's better than Jacoby Brissett. So you should hang your hat on that. I'm not so sure he's the first alternate. It's probably my first cousin, Kim Folk Kirk. He's probably the first alternate. Don't be careful. Jameis might be the second alternate. So your guy might be, I mean, one of these guys going to go to the Super Bowl. Probably Drew Brees or Russell. So he might get an opportunity to fill in. But anyway, Skip, look, your guy's numbers are inflated. See, even the Cowboy, even that big brand, he didn't win the fan vote in the NFC. Russell Wilson won that. But you know what you can't fool? Those coaches and players that watch tape. Did you know this, Skip? Dak Prescott has the 2nd most passing yards when down by at least 3 scores. 4 times in 14 games, they've been down by at least 4 scores. So everybody's starting to see what I've been telling you all along. His numbers are inflated, and they didn't let him off the hook with it. No Pro Bowl for you. Take it away, Skip.
Thank you very much. This just makes my blood boil. This makes me want to puke up my breakfast all over this table.
You ain't had nothing but a bagel.
I'm going to just spare you that.
You ain't had nothing but old bagel and some muscle milk.
Muscle, I got a lot of muscle milk in me, and that could come up real fast.
I don't want that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm just trying to demonstrate the depth of my disgust.
It hurts.
No, it doesn't.
What have I told you all year long? Dak Prescott is simply the most over-criticized, underappreciated quarterback I have ever closely observed. In all my years of covering your league, never anything like what has happened to the reputation of Dak Prescott. There's a stigma attached to him he just cannot overcome, thanks in large part to you. There's a stain on his reputation he cannot overcome, which is he can't throw. It's still out there. He's inaccurate. He can't throw the football. Aaron Rodgers is the transcendent thrower of the football. As my man Shannon Sharpe always tells me, he is the greatest thrower of the football in the history of the league. I might throw in Dan Marino, but that's a whole nother discussion. Let me even give you that much. He is the greatest thrower of the football ever. What does that have to do with this year's performance? Absolutely
24-2.
nothing.
11-3.
I'm about to explain all of the above.
Okay, explain it.
So the only way that Aaron Rodgers rose above my guy to be the third quarterback on the Pro Bowl NFC roster is, number one, reputation. And I'm going to give you reputation because it often comes into play here. 3 of my offensive linemen made it. And I think one of them probably deserved it. If I just go on the Pro Football Focus rankings of offensive linemen, Zach Martin still ranks 3rd overall in offensive line. So I'm going to give him that.
Correct.
But Ty Smith is way on down the line at 24th, and I'm not sure about him making it this
Lyle
year.
Collins played better than Ty Smith this
And
year.
he didn't make it. So, and then Travis Frederick, there's probably some sympathy vote going on there because he overcame his syndrome that he fought through his health issue of last year. And so I'll give you that on sympathy vote. But again, my running back made it once again, and it's mostly on reputation.
No, it's
I'm going to
not.
hold this off because we're going to do a whole topic on this in just a few minutes on this show. How good was Ezekiel Elliott overall this year? Not nearly as good as he was his first 3 years. So now we're back to my quarterback. The only other way that Aaron Rodgers rose above my quarterback is what you pointed out, 11-3 versus 7-7. But 11-3, really, that's interesting because if we look at numbers, if we look at sheer performance, individual versus individual, it is a joke what has happened to Aaron Rodgers this year. By his standards, his very lofty standards, his year has been mediocre at best. So what has happened all year long, in my favorite stat, QBR? Dak Prescott led the league most of the year until just of late. He had one bad game up in the driving rain and the icy wind up in New England, and that was a QBR of 15, and that dropped him down. So he got edged out so far in QBR. He's dropped to fourth. Just barely behind, let's see, Lamar and Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Those guys are pretty great, right?
Okay.
And they all made the Pro Bowl.
Okay, so that's good. I'm glad you're making my case. Thank you very much. So Dak is fourth on that list. Fifth is Matt Stafford. I'm going to eliminate him because he hasn't played in a long time anyway, so he just hangs in there at fifth just because he did it a long time ago. Sixth on the list is Russell Wilson. Did he make the Pro Bowl?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, next on the list is Deshaun Watson. Did he make the Pro Bowl? Oh, so there are all those quarterbacks. I just gave you those in order. There's one guy right in the middle who was fourth named Dak Prescott. He didn't make the Pro Bowl. So his QBR is way up there. Wait, no, we have to go. Oh, wait. Who's the last guy who made the Pro Bowl? We have to go all the way down on the QBR list to 17th, where we find Aaron Rodgers. Again, QBR scale 0 to 100 takes into account what you do on key plays, what you do in garbage time, what you don't do, what you do. It's a much better stat than just the quarterback rating.
Okay, how about this here? Can QBR tell me what the record is? What did QBR say about win-loss?
Well, I already told you. I already said that.
Okay, so what
17. So now let's look at all the accolades on Dak's resume this year. He's second in yards passing. Aaron Rodgers is 11th. Dak is third in completions. Is that good? It's pretty good. Aaron's 11th. How about fourth in touchdown passes? Dak Prescott? Aaron's 9th. Okay. How about second in passes for first downs? Aaron's 15th in that category. How about third in air distance? That, like you always say, Dink and Dak. Dak's third in overall air distance. So how far the pass traveled down the field? Aaron's 7th. Okay, not bad, but not this guy. And then how about big passes, 20-plus yard completions? My guy's second in the league in those. Aaron Rodgers is 10th. And then catchable passes. Dak is number 1 in the NFL in catchable passes thrown. The guy who can't throw, who's inaccurate. Number 1 in the NFL as of right now in catchable passes. Aaron Rodgers is 11th. I just gave you all the reasons. There's no way Aaron Rodgers should be above my guy.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. But I gave you the reasons why those numbers are inflated.
No.
Four times, Skip.
Okay,
They've
so
been down by three scores.
Here's the problem. Okay, so my guy has 26 touchdown passes to your guy's 24.
24.
Okay, my guy has 11 interceptions to your guy's 2. But your guy is second in throwaways. He usually just runs
number
away with
one?
it. Number one is Tom Brady.
Okay,
but there are different kinds of throwaways.
they're
as
not.
I've tried to
No, they're not.
instruct you.
No,
I've
they're
tried
not
to
the different
teach
kind.
you.
No,
Yes,
they can't.
there are. Dak is 20th in throwaways because Dak is constantly being forced by his defense and his field position to play from behind. So he's desperate. He's going to try throws that Aaron Rodgers would never try. The two kinds of throwaways result from this. Tom Brady, number one in throwaways this year, drops back, and within 2.5 seconds, he's doing this because both sides of the line are collapsed on him. He's got the worst pass protection in pro football. So, and by the way, we're going to get to this later. Tom Brady has taken the worst beating of his career this year in the pocket. In the pocket. So Aaron Rodgers has much better protection than Tom Brady, but Aaron Rodgers does this. He's got high IQ. It's kind of LeBron-esque. He looks and says, I don't love that. That could be an interception. I'll throw it away.
Stop doing that. You know that man ain't do that.
They're like coverage throwaways.
No.
There are sack throwaways and there are coverage throwaways.
And Tom Brady throws them away sometimes when they're covered.